Good morning. Oh, Lordy. Good morning. Hi, kitty. Meow. She's sneaking around like I don't have eyeballs. Meow. Good morning. Today is Friday. Yay, Friday. I don't have any breakfast food again. Well, that's not true. We don't have eggs. But we do have, we have, waffles. Waffles. Here you go, Herbster. Have some food. I finished the milk. So I'm out of milk too. It's like this. Can we get not a half gallon, but 2/3 a gallon? Because it seems like a gallon goes to waste. Half gallon, not enough. So we need a gallon, and we need a half gallon plus a third of a gallon. So, what is a third gallon? There's 4 quarts in a gallon. So then we need a quart. So we need... Come on now. Yeah, we need 3 quarts of milk. 3 quarts of milk. Anyway, it's Friday. Hold on. I thought I had something to say. When I started this video. But I can't remember what it is. So I'm going to go pee and then I'll go back to bed. I'll record if I remember what I was going to say. Oh yeah. I forgot. I fell asleep while my video was saving. So it's uploading right now from yesterday. Now, it wasn't important. So that's why I didn't remember. Hi. Good afternoon. It's lunchtime. It's 1:30. Look at my pan. Isn't that interesting? It looks like mold, but it's really not. It's like oil and grease and this is the spots are like coconut oil. It's all solidified and whatnot. So once I turn this pan on, it'll start to melt and ooze together. That's right. Oils ooze. So after I paused, I forgot I was recording and I went and did my hair. I was thinking about doing a hot oil treatment just for the back of my head, but then I'm like, I don't really know. It doesn't feel like I need it. So I'm just making some chicken with the pepper stir fry mix. It's not stir fry, it's pepper and onion. So chicken, the pepper onion, I think it's done. So I'm just gonna turn that off. Smells really good. I gotta season it. Well, I don't really. I mean, because the pan was pretty well seasoned. I'm gonna put something on it. Let's see. My cupboard full of seasonings. I'll figure it out. Okay, so I made some grilled chicken breast with the pepper pepper onion stir fry as a side, topped with a brown sugar bourbon pan reduction sauce. How does that look to you? To me, it looks and smells absolutely delicious. Let's taste it now. This piece is way too big. All right, so brown sugar bourbon chicken. Sometimes I surprise myself. Not too much brown sugar, not too much bourbon. That's because it was a season and it wasn't like something that I made. Then obviously the vegetables. So to perfection. Well, to really good. It's not crunchy, not too crunchy. They're not still frozen. They got that. Oh God. Woo. Hey, stay away from a knife. Ugh. They got that nice fresh. Well, this is not correct. There we go. They got that nice fresh crunch to it, even though it's from frozen. It's still got that nice taste to it. Fresh crunch. You know, like fresh crunchy vegetables. Dollar Tree, man. I get my frozen veggies from the Dollar Tree. Well, most of them anyway. I gotta get out to Target. I should probably do that tomorrow too. Get me some more veggies. Pardon me. Gotta see about work. We got a few minutes left. Both my animals have come to beg for food, as if I don't feed them. The cat, though, I think she wants to play with the light. Yeah, meow. 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 Hey, kitty. How you doing? Get your eyeball checked out one of these days. Yeah, well, I mean, you seem fine. She's like, what are you doing, dog? What are you doing? Hi, kitty. She's purring too. Hey, kitty, meow, meow. Hi, kitty, meow, 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 kitty. Always with your tongue out. So funny. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Looking forward to the weekend. Friday. Hey, Friday. It's Friday. Have I mentioned that? I have. Oh, okay. Cool. Yes. What should we do on this Friday? I don't know. Good evening. I have a blue drink. It's right there. And I have tacos. Leftover tacos. Here. And excuse me, kitty. You kind of gotta move. We will be watching Jersey Shore. Alright, good evening. It's 10:21. I'm tired. I had a couple of nightcaps, and you know how alcohol makes you sleepy after a while. So that's what's happening here. I've completed episode 2, season 1, episode 2 of Dracula. So this is what I remember. You're gonna have to stick with me on this one, because episode 2 is kind of like what time what time are we in? What is the whole spiel going on here? So it opens up on Agatha. Remember Sister Agatha from yesterday, and Dracula are playing chess, and Agatha is talking to Dracula, basically trying to understand what the heck Dracula's all about. They flash back to a boat, a ship. I don't remember the name of the ship. I don't think it matters, quite honestly. Anyway, there's a few people on the ship. Probably 10 people. Maybe 10 people on the ship. And Dracula being one of them. Okay? But he is not revealed to be Dracula until later. So he's mingling among the people on the ship. Like, just, mingling and whatnot. Getting to know people. Obviously, he's not eating because he's Dracula. He doesn't eat food. And he doesn't drink wine. Okay, so he's doing his chitty-chatty thing with the people. There's an older lady there, and he's like, oh, I remember you from somewhere. And then there's a flashback of when they actually met, and then he's like, oh, yes, and they're dancing. And then he bites her neck, and she's dead. So then the next day, people are like, oh, we can't find Madam so-and-so. I forgot her name. they're like, oh, somebody's missing. And then one of the people's wives goes missing, and then they're like, there's a murderer on board because the two women that were there are dead or missing anyway. And so we know, as watching, that it's Dracula is killing these people. We know that, but the shipmate people don't. The ship people don't. Passengers, that's the word I was looking for. The captain is hiding something in room number 9. Don't go in room number 9. He reveals that it is a sick person, and you don't go in room number 9. He goes in room number 9 to check and see if there's anything out of the ordinary room number 9 with the passenger or whatever, to see if that person is the murderer. Not the murderer, he says. So, Dracula still being inconspicuous, sort of. There's a girl on there who is deaf and mute, and she sees Dracula killing the wife of somebody. So, but she doesn't tell anybody, except for I think it's her father that's there anyway, in sign language. And Dracula wanted to eat him. This father is like a scientist guy, and he wanted to eat, because I guess Dracula will absorb the traits of the person that he eats. Like, for example, when he was talking to the old lady speaks German. Well, he didn't speak German, so he went and killed the ship guy who was steering the boat, because he spoke German, so that he could get his German knowledge. And so he got that German knowledge on there. So he went and talked to the old lady. Anyway, so that's how that works. So we find out, people are still dying. They're still getting murdered. They don't know where any of the bodies go. Well, they're on a ship. Obviously, the bodies are being tossed overboard. Obviously, they're being tossed overboard. I mean, if you were killing people on a ship, you wouldn't just keep their bodies there. You'd have to toss them overboard. Anywho, so let me think here. So then it turns out it goes back and forth between Agatha and Dracula playing chess, and then Dracula on the ship, and you think it's a flashback, or it has to be a flashback, right? Well, it turns out the person in room number 9 is Agatha. Agatha is sick. She's sick. She has some kind of illness. Her fingernails are coming off, whatever. I don't know what the sickness is. But an important thing to note is that Agatha's last name is Van Helsing. She's Agatha Van Helsing. So why is that important? Because Van Helsing is a vampire killer or something like that, who I never watched Van Helsing, so I don't really know the history of that, and I probably should have done that, but I don't know. Anyway, he's Van Helsing, vampire killer, right? And so I guess the vampire killer Van Helsing is like immortal also. I'm not really sure, but she's on the boat, and she says to the captain, we gotta blow up the boat with Dracula on board. And they're doing, you make a ring of the written word, the Bible, and he can't pass through the Bible and stuff like that. So, it's verified. He's a Dracula. He's a vampire. He can't do a lot of things. He doesn't like the sight of the cross. Yuck, cross, and so on. So we know now that Agatha Van Helsing is on the ship during the time that Dracula is going from England to America, I believe is where he's going. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. Or they didn't say, one or the other. So anyway, they're blowing up. She decides that they need to blow up the ship. And so the captain's like very noble, like, oh, you go down the ship. So he's gonna blow up the ship, and so Agatha doesn't have to do it herself. Well, Dracula's still on the ship. So the captain gets, a chunk taken out of his neck, but he's still alive. He's like, go keep him talking, to Agatha. Agatha, keep him talking to Dracula, obviously. Keep Dracula talking. So that Dracula is still on the ship. Well, we also learned that Dracula can regenerate, because he gets set on fire while he's on the boat. And so he jumps overboard while he's on fire, and he's able to regenerate himself as long as he can take a nap or he can sleep in his coffin that has dirt from his homeland, from Transylvania. So, which has a crate with the dirt in it so that he can go and he can sleep there and he regenerate in the box. Well, he jumped off the one side of the ship while on fire. We later on learned that he swam under the boat climbed up the other side of the ship to get in so that he could go into his box and regenerate and heal himself. So they do end up blowing up the ship. Agatha is on it, I believe, and then so is Dracula. But when we see a box, that has the dirt in it, it sinks to the bottom of the ocean or whatever. And then we see break the box, and it's Dracula's hand. He's alive, obviously. It's Dracula. So he gets out of his box and he's walking to shore, and then it's like a time jump or something. He gets on shore and he's walking or starting to walk, and then there's like a helicopter. Like, I thought we were in the 1800s or something, but no, we're in whenever helicopters were around, and spotlights, those big bright light things. So he's there. He's just standing there. Then we see a bunch of people coming in, cops and whatever. And we walks up, and it's Agatha. Agatha says something about welcome to the United States. I don't know. I remember she didn't say anything. She didn't say that. I forget what she said. Like, welcome to whatever century, Dracula. Or maybe she just said welcome, Dracula, or something like that. But Agatha Van Helsing, still alive. So whatever kind of disease she has keeps her alive. So she's alive. And Dracula's alive. And then it was to be continued. So that was episode 2. Like I said, stick with me, bear with me. Wasn't quite sure how to narrate that because it was a lot of we're in the 1800s, and it's a ship, and they're going to some land, and there's carnage on the ship, and we're not sure who the killer is. Well, we know as watchers who the killer is Dracula, obviously. He's very open. He didn't lie. You know what I noticed? Dracula doesn't lie. He doesn't tell the whole truth, but he doesn't lie either. Like, if you were to ask him outright, are you a vampire? He would not lie. So anyway, Dracula doesn't lie, but he doesn't tell the whole truth. So, Agatha Van Helsing is a vampire slayer, but she is more for understanding vampire, or understanding Dracula, really, than she is for killing Dracula. Like, why don't you just drive a stake through his heart? I'm pretty sure she's had multiple times to do it, but she didn't do it at all. Like, why? Oh, yeah, and also, the end of episode 1, right? They to be continued, because he takes his skin off, it's Dracula, and so there was some kind of flashback of okay, well, I let you go, which is the fiance, right? He let the fiance lady go, and that was the end of that. They didn't really go into detail on what happened to the fiance, and if she went back to England or wherever she came from. I don't even know. I have long armpit hairs. I must have missed them when I was shaving. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about this episode 2. Weird. It was kind of all over the place a little bit. So we'll see where episode 3 carries us tomorrow. So tomorrow is Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow. Have yourself a good night. Toodles.